Welcome, everyone. Today, we take a journey through the story of a quarterback who's as complex as he is composed. A player who has lived every stage of his football life under the microscope, doubted, dissected, and discussed, yet remains centered on one thing: the pursuit of excellence. This is the story of Mac Jones, a quarterback who wasn't born with every gift, but learned how to make the most of the ones he had. A young man whose rise from backup to champion to professional leader embodies the meaning of patience, intelligence, and faith in the process. Mac Jones, born Michael McCorkle Jones on September 5, 1998, in Jacksonville, Florida, didn't grow up with the hype of a prodigy. There were no viral highlights, no fanfare following him from youth leagues. What he had was something quieter, a work ethic rooted in family and structure. His father, Gordon Jones, was a former tennis player who played at Florida State University. His mother, Holly, brought balance and focus into the household. From the beginning, competition was part of Mac's DNA. He learned not just to compete, but to commit, to understand that greatness is never a product of talent alone. At the Bulls School, under the legendary high school coach Corky Rogers, Mac's football education truly began. Rogers was known for demanding precision, discipline, and accountability, traits that would become central to who Mac is today. While some young quarterbacks chase spotlight moments, Mac chased understanding. He studied defenses like puzzles. He looked for patterns, tendencies, and details most teenagers ignored. When practice ended, he wasn't the first to leave. He was the one still on the field, perfecting footwork or working on timing routes with receivers. Mac wasn't the biggest arm in his class. He wasn't the fastest runner, but he was the one who saw the field differently. That vision, that mental edge, became his weapon. By the time he graduated, he had already learned the quiet truth of sports. Intelligence can outperform athleticism when paired with preparation. When college recruitment began, Mac wasn't a five-star name on every board. Many programs overlooked him. But when Alabama came calling, something clicked. Nick Saban, perhaps the greatest college football coach in modern history, saw in Mac what he values most: consistency and discipline. Saban didn't need flash, he needed reliability. He needed someone who could be trusted when the lights burned brightest. Mac Jones arrived at Alabama knowing he was joining a dynasty, but he also knew he wasn't the first in line. Ahead of him were stars like Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa, both dynamic athletes and future NFL talents. Mac could have transferred in search of quicker opportunities. Many would have, but he stayed. He trusted the long road. He believed in earning his place rather than demanding it. Those years behind the scenes were crucial. While others competed in front of millions, Mac competed against himself in the film room, in the weight room, and in every rep of practice. He studied every play, memorized every read, and built relationships with teammates who would later help define his success. His patience wasn't passive, it was preparation in disguise. In 2019, when Tua went down with a serious injury, fate finally opened the door. Mac stepped in as Alabama's starting quarterback, facing immense pressure to sustain the team's championship standards. Most backups crumble under that weight. Mac didn't. He wasn't flashy, but he was effective, poised, accurate, and unshaken. He threw for over 1,500 yards in just 4 starts, displaying a command that belied his inexperience. The moment wasn't too big for him because he had prepared for it long before it arrived. That confidence carried into 2020, the season that would redefine him. With Tua now in the NFL, the job was fully his. Yet few expected what would come next. That Alabama offense, led by Mac, became one of the most efficient units college football had ever seen. Surrounded by weapons like Devonta Smith, Najee Harris, and Jalen Waddle, Mac Jones orchestrated a masterpiece of rhythm and precision. He wasn't improvising or escaping pressure with flashy runs. He was dissecting defenses with anticipation and timing. His deep throws were calculated, his checkdowns smart, and his leadership steady. While others chased highlights, Mac chased perfection. By the end of that season, he completed nearly 77% of his passes, one of the highest in NCAA history, for 4,500 yards and 41 touchdowns. That year, Alabama went undefeated. They dominated everyone in their path. And when the championship lights came on, Mac Jones rose again. Against Ohio State in the College Football Playoff National Championship, he threw for over 460 yards and 5 touchdowns, leading the Crimson Tide to another title. It wasn't just victory, it was validation. For the first time, the world saw what Mac Jones truly was, not a system quarterback, but a football savant. His intelligence, accuracy, and decision-making were elite. Every throw seemed to have purpose, every drive a plan. He didn't just fit Alabama's system, he elevated it. When the 2021 NFL Draft arrived, Mac's evaluation was complex. He wasn't the biggest or most mobile prospect, but his mind for the game set him apart. Analysts compared him to the greats who played the position with cerebral precision, players like Drew Brees and Tom Brady. And when the New England Patriots selected him 15th overall, the football world felt a poetic symmetry. The franchise that once thrived under the ultimate processor of the game had found a new student cut from a similar cloth. Mac's rookie season silenced many doubters. In a league where young quarterbacks often struggle to adjust, he displayed veteran-level command. He led the Patriots to a 10-7 record and a playoff berth. He finished the year completing over 67% of his passes with 22 touchdowns, the best numbers among all rookies. He didn't just play like a rookie, he played like a leader. What made that season remarkable wasn't just the stats, it was how he handled the stage. He ran the offense with efficiency and confidence, reading coverages with precision and making quick, smart decisions. Under Bill Belichick and offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels, Mac became the steady presence the team needed. His calmness, even in chaotic moments, reminded fans of an earlier Patriots era. But football, like life, isn't a straight line. The following seasons tested him in ways no film session could prepare him for. In 2022, New England's offensive structure shifted dramatically. The loss of McDaniels and the introduction of new systems led to inconsistency, confusion, and frustration. For the first time, Mac found himself in the middle of a storm, criticized, doubted, and even benched at times. The frustration was visible. His sideline expressions told the story of a competitor desperate to get things right, a perfectionist trapped in imperfection. The noise around him grew, but deep down, Mac never stopped believing in the process. He understood that the road to greatness isn't always linear. It's filled with ups and downs, moments that test one's patience and faith. He returned in 2023 and 2024 with renewed focus. Though the results were mixed, his leadership began to shine in different ways. He became the voice of accountability, often owning mistakes publicly while keeping teammates encouraged. His film study intensified. His commitment to fundamentals deepened. And through it all, he kept showing up, every practice, every meeting, every game, ready to work. What separates Mac Jones from many young quarterbacks isn't raw ability, it's resilience. It's the ability to take criticism, adapt, and evolve. His dedication to the game remains absolute. Coaches and teammates often describe him as one of the smartest players in the building, a man who spends hours dissecting film, studying tendencies, and refining every aspect of his craft. Off the field, Mac has carried himself with humility. Fame has never been his motivation. He's not the kind of player chasing viral moments or personal branding. Instead, he focuses on growth, mentorship, and giving back. He's been involved in community initiatives, youth clinics, and charitable efforts, embodying the same leadership values that once defined him at Alabama. What people often overlook about Mac Jones is his emotional intelligence. He connects with teammates. He listens. He learns. He leads with empathy rather than ego. That quiet strength, that steadiness, it's what makes players trust him. It's what makes coaches believe in him, even when the outside world doesn't. And now, as his NFL journey continues to unfold, Mac stands at a crossroads familiar to every great competitor. He's seen the highs of early success and the lows of public scrutiny. Yet he stands undeterred, grounded in the same principles that brought him here: work, patience, discipline, and faith. The story of Mac Jones isn't just about football. It's about belief. It's about proving that being underestimated isn't a weakness. It's a chance to build character. It's about showing that leadership doesn't always need to be loud to be powerful. It's about resilience, the kind that doesn't fade when the spotlight dims. He may not be the most athletic quarterback in the league. He may not be the flashiest. But when the game is on the line and the moment demands clarity, few process the field like Mac. His accuracy, his anticipation, his ability to dissect defenses, they are the tools of a player built for longevity. Every great quarterback has a defining arc. For some, it's instant glory. For others, it's a slow burn, a journey of patience and perseverance. Mac Jones fits the latter. He's still writing his story, one pass at a time, one challenge at a time. And when history looks back, it may not remember him for highlight reels, but for the rare qualities that truly define greatness: intelligence, composure, and conviction. Because in the end, football isn't just about arm strength or athleticism. It's about the ability to make decisions under pressure, to inspire teammates, to stay focused when everything falls apart. And Mac Jones, through every trial, continues to embody that spirit. So wherever his career takes him, whether it's under the bright lights of Foxborough or beyond, one truth will remain. Mac Jones represents the kind of player who earns respect through effort, not entitlement. The kind who shows that success is a process, not a moment. Thank you for joining us on this deep look into the journey of Mac Jones, a quarterback who reminds us that greatness isn't always loud. Sometimes it's methodical, patient, and built through struggle. If this story inspired you, take a moment to like this video, share it with others who appreciate the heart behind the helmet, and subscribe to stay with us as we continue exploring the legacies of athletes who redefine what it means to compete. Because every era has its thinkers, its leaders, its grinders, and Mac Jones is one of them. His story isn't over. It's just getting started.